Hello everybody, it's Chris. I'm still a little sick, but I'm better than I was. It might not sound like it, but trust me. I'm gonna get some nitrogen on my wheat. Of course, now the breeze is picking up. And thought I would see how many tractors it takes to do this. We're starting out with a 2050. This is a 1968 model powered by the 478 cubic inch Hercules diesel. Front wheel assist was an option on these. Only 80 of them got it. So pretty rare tractor. Definitely one of my favorites to drive, but I swear I say that about every single one. So, excuse me. Let's top off the fuel and go get something done. I think the 1800 needs to work. I know I did not fire it up at all last year. And I think I had it out the year before that. So it's been a little bit since it's run. And that just ain't right. So before I move the combine, I'm gonna fire up, make sure it fires up good and runs all right. It should. See if I got my battery cables clamped on good enough. I had to throw a battery in it. Well, the lights light up. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got fuel. But now I don't have smoke anymore. I'm guessing they've got some air in the fuel system somewhere. Well, that stinks. All right, I will grab a wrench and we'll go over the fine art of bleeding an injection system. Okay, I've opened the bleeder screw, pumped the pump on the other side. There was some air in there. So I've got that out. Oh, well. Crack open the line here. And do the same. I know it's dark, but there's a lift pump there with a hand lever. This is why I'm putting one on the 1855 for stuff like this. Yeah, I'm getting fuel. All right, let's tighten that up. And let's see what Mrs. Oliver Guy wanted. She just texted. All right, 3/4 inch end wrench. And where the injection line meets each injector, we're just gonna loosen them up, because what happens is if they get air in them, yeah, come on. Fortunately, they're easy to get to on these 1800 C series 310s. Yes, this is a 310. It actually has a 1955 crank in it, and I probably shouldn't short that out and start a fire or anything. That would be something you would see on Ross the Oliver Man. This is the Lenova style head. Indirect injection. There's an energy cell on the other side. And I think that was one of the reasons they didn't continue with the 310 into the 1850, is there's just really a limit to how much fuel you can put to this style of head before it just really starts flooding out. It starts smoking, you don't get as much power. They needed to redesign and come up with a direct injection version of the 310, which they did and started using in the 1750. But that wasn't until 1966, and they started making the 1850 in 1964. So it got them the extra horsepower they needed. There were probably other reasons involved, but all right. So we give her full throttle. Yep. And now that they're all loose, it shouldn't start. We crank and wait for fuel to come dripping out of each injector. So it's pushed all the air out, because as that air compresses, liquids don't. So the injector tries to build pressure, but since the air squishes down, it can't get enough pressure to open the injectors, which I think is 1800 PSI on this engine. And so that air squeezes down, then expands back out. Never letting it generate enough pressure to open that injector, and it won't start. And you get like I had there where the smoke stopped. So we just want to purge those lines out. And it can take a moment. And Maybe I should be looking into, of course I did get air out of the filter. Let's give that a breather for a second. I did get air out of there when I cracked that open, so there was definitely air in the system. But some of these late 1800s actually had electric shut-off for the injection system. They've toyed with it for a while, had trouble, went back to a cable shut-off. But this is one of those, and when I had the injection pump rebuilt a few years ago, they updated it to the more modern style of shut-off that's supposed to not have problems. So that should not be my problem. Let's see if I hear the click. Yep, I turn the key off, click, click, click. All right, so it's, you know, it's probably doing what it should. It's at least getting juice. Let's give her, you know, stuff ain't hot. Let's give her another crank. The next thing will be running out of battery. Well, it should have oil pressure by the time I get it to fire up. It basically did there and then died. This ain't looking good. I might have to try to bleed the pump. Or maybe the tank is plugged. Of course, when I open the bleeders and stuff, fuel comes out. Yep. Oh yeah, look at her come out. Woo! So it's pushing fuel through. That is not my issue. Well, maybe I should try to unseat those injector lines so they can bleed through. That might have been part of it. Well, that is sad, sad news. You saw the smoke. It just started to fire up and then it died. I cannot get fuel to come out of them injector lines. I've got fuel up to the pump. So all I can figure is something happened inside the pump. If I open up this bleeder, fuel starts coming out. Look at her go, look at her go. And same thing if I crack the line there. So it's got fuel up to the pump. The lift pump is working. I can feel that when I pump it by hand. I just don't get it. So I guess this is gonna have to be a will it start video. I'm probably gonna have to pull that pump off and take it in. Maybe I'll call them and see if there's any quick fixes I can do. But I got fertilizer to spread, so I can't be messing around with this all day long. It'll have to be a rainy day project. But man, she was gonna start. She'd hit. And I don't want to run my battery down. I need it for other stuff. All right, one more time. I took the key out. I just can't resist. You know, that one more time. Come on, old girl. Be good to me. Yeah, battery's starting to give up. All right, that's enough of that. Don't need to burn up the starter. Okay, on to spreading more fertilizer. I guess the 2050 gets a little more time. Well, the 2050 has done 2 loads. I guess if the 1800 ain't gonna play nice, let's try the 2255. Hopefully it'll start, because one of the batteries is the one I used in the 1800 and pretty much run it down. So let's cross that hurdle. That's why I pulled the 2050 up. Figure I might have to jump. 22 was out playing in the snow just, you know, a little over a month ago, so she should fire right up. And she'll probably make me eat those words. Let's see. Oh yeah! Well, this day just went from bad to worse. I think a ball popped out of the CV joint. That wheel does not want to turn. Son, oh, that sounded bad. Maybe it'll turn now. No. Great. Of course it's in the way. I guess at least it's in the barn. Pull the sun gear cover, or the cover in the sun gear, and that would make it so that side doesn't turn, or the CV shaft wouldn't turn. And then I can at least get it moved out of the way. Should have just stuck with the 2050. Making things better. Oh, it's jammed again. Ugh. I'm sure I'm just destroying stuff in there. Which, you know, if it's that bad, it needs replaced anyways. Nope. No. We now pause so that I can fill the swear jar. And I think my daughter's going to college. Well, it's getting pretty windy out to be spreading anyways, I suppose. Although when I get this put on back in the corner, I'll probably still go back to it. We're just gonna take this cover off, make a mess. One more pull. And then back her back where she was, out of the way. Pick up my bolts. I'm working in the dirt like Ross. I'm big time. Yeah, this day is definitely not going like I planned. Try to get them out. Exercise them a little. It could be worse. It happened close by. I wasn't going fast. The damage should be minimal. And okay, here comes the juice. I can hear all that silicone breaking. Oh, yeah, it's coming out the bottom. There probably wasn't as much in there as there should be. Yeah, that's probably a little on the low side. Oh yeah, I also need snap ring pliers. I think that'll stay. right up until the wind blows it around. Oh, you know what? I don't have to have snap ring pliers. Although, I guess the smart thing is to take this sun gear off, then I can put that cover back on for now. If I leave the cover off, look at that. Yeah, I think things are amuck. Oh, she hits there. And there. Just like in real life. I'll pull that sun gear so I can put the cover back on, keep dirt and crap out, and not lose my bolts. So, snap ring, here I come. Yeah, they're... Didn't grab the right pair. Get back on there. I just recently got a new pair that handles this style of snap ring better. And I forgot. And the oil it goes. Going fishing. There it is. And there's the thrust washer. That got, you know, oiled too. We'll just leave all three of these out. There. Gotta get to all those teethies to engage. There. And then it's just a matter of bolt holes. There's one. And we'll put 3 in just to hold the cover on. That's good enough. And just like that. Okay, we are at, you know, pile of pieces on the console or the fuller board here. And cover back on. Let's see if she moves now. Maybe you've at least learned the expensive side of front wheel assist and how to bypass it if this should happen to you. That's probably about the biggest downfall of them is those CV joints get worn and the ball can pop out on a hard turn, which I had her cranked backing up to that fertilizer spreader. So, could have been worse. Could have been out in the field. Could have been going down, well, probably wouldn't have been going down the road because I wouldn't have made that hard of a turn on the road, but all right. Oops. Parking brake. Huh, makes the light go out, doesn't it? Yeah, let's try not road gear. That's better. Maybe I don't want to steer too hard and mess up the other side. Just from steering it. Still kind of floating around in there. Well, you'll probably end up sitting here for a little while, 2255. In case you've wondered, there, pulled the key. That's the way them 3150 shut off. They have a solenoid in the fuel line that just starves the pump for fuel instead of the 32.8s that has a shutoff built into the injection pump that turns the fuel off instantly and kills the engine. This one basically starves it to death. And so it always just sounds so sad when it shuts off. It doesn't want to quit. It wants to go. Now it's got a broken leg, and it'll just have to sit here and wait till it can get into rehab. Fortunately, I know how to fix it. I think we'll try. Maybe I shouldn't. At the rate I'm going today, the 2050 was working just fine and dandy. But we're gonna put Herman on. He floats good. There's some wet spots in that field I'm in now, so let's hope he behaves. Okay, Herman, be good to me. See, some of the other kids have been acting up, and it's just not fair. Herman's all ready to go to spread a load. It's pretty breezy. And my trucker texted, and he's gonna be here shortly to get another load of corn. So let's see how much gas is in the 880. We might use the 1600. I did yesterday. I don't have a lot of gas on hand at the moment, so if there ain't enough in the tank, well, it just ain't gonna do it. I should do it anyways, you know, then it'll definitely run out. I might have to poke it with a stick. It's down there, but it looks like there might be enough. Well, I found the dirtiest, nastiest, rustiest old fence post. I don't know. It takes about 45 minutes to load up. That doesn't look like 45 minutes worth of gas. The way today's going, we're not gonna push my luck. 1600 it is. All right, 1600, be good to me. Okay, that's ready to roll. Be good, tractor. Be good. Not everybody has to be a problem child today. As I say, now we wait, but I think that's him coming around the curve up there. Just enough time for it to warm up a little bit. Look at that. Didn't even have to dry it. That's straight out of the field. I don't want to show how much was on the truck. 60-pound corn is actually pretty good for around here. This is from last year, and it might have been a little heavy. best laid plans. The 2050 performed great, not a problem. Then the 1800 started to fire up and then won't. Then the 2255 moved and then, well, one wheel wouldn't. And Herman performed as usual, no problems. So we were shooting or batting 500. Not the best day yesterday, but today went good so far. The fertilizer is all on the wheat. I ordered just a little bit more than I needed, and I ended up with just a little bit more than I needed, so I put that on the hay. So that must be I was somewhere close to right. I guess at least something went my way. But they are all fixable things. I did a little more dinking with the 1800 and tried a few different things. Putting battery power directly to the electric shutoff and the injection pump. No difference. Took out the check valve in the top in case that was plugged. No difference. But fuel does come out when I crank it over out of the top. So something inside the injection pump has probably with that shutoff, which it's new. But anywho, shouldn't be too much to get fixed. The hassle is the biggest thing. I actually have all the parts on hand to fix the 2255. It'll just be a matter of time. And of course, those parts no longer can go on a different tractor, so there's still some value there, expense, however you want to look at it. But I got something done. It was beautiful weather. My cold is better. It's getting closer to being gone. So I guess that leaves us with, I appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you in the next one.